I'm thinking, wait, this is coming from preachers that I've trusted. And once I got to the bottom of it, I realized, okay, they have begun to have a liberal view, what I would call a liberal view. It's the same thing that like Macham wrote about and things. I'm like, okay, they aren't seeing the Bible the same way that I see the Bible, and once you do, it's going to skew you down a certain kind of path that I would say is like a mixture. It's a mixture of Christianity and humanism. It's the humanistic ideas of the day, whatever's popular with culture, and they mix it into Christianity, and they keep the spiritual parts. That's what I began seeing, and most of the time, let's just be honest, most of the time it has to do with sexual ethics. Something happens with sexual ethics that somebody doesn't like what the Bible has to say, and they begin looking for reasons to change the word to suit what they feel on the inside.
Well, let's seize on that and dig a little bit deeper as far as some of these trends, really identifying what you have seen and what you've written about and spoken about. You mentioned sexual ethics, and I agree that seems to be really a point where it's kind of like sending a signal that, we're going in this different direction, a direction away from Scripture. So share with me how you see that this whole departure from God's truth in the area of sexual ethics has become so destructive and pervasive.
Well, I think that a lot of this began in America probably in the 60s. The sexual revolution, it was so very much tied to anti-establishment thinking, rebel against the system. So you had the anti-American stuff, the against the system stuff, the anarchy stuff, but really all of this being pushed for this sexual revolution. And I think that a lot of it is to do with the fact that we all want to be our own gods. We all want to live the way that we want to live, and we have so transformed truth into an idea that if I feel something that I want to do, if I want to go and, I don't know, take your money, and if somebody says, John, you're a bad person for having that thought, now they're harming me. They're harming me because that's what I believe. That's quote my truth. That's my truth. That's who I am. Now you are trying to ask me to not be my authentic self just because I want to go and take your money or do something unlawful. Mm-hmm. And now you're attacking me and you're not letting me be free. That's what this is about. And so because the culture so views it as harm, there are a lot of people, I think maybe with good hearts in Christianity, preachers, that say, well, we don't want to cause people harm. We want to be nice. So they've just become fungible. They've become fungible on these issues. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. And so we're just going to leave that aside. We're going to make that not a gospel issue. And we take that and we put it out. And then we tell people that's not really about that. Don't worry. That's what I think has really happened. When in reality, God's way is best. God's way is what brings liberty. There's no such thing as freedom outside of Christ. So you may feel like you are being your authentic self by sinning or by living a life that is unlawful to the Lord, but you're not freedom. You are a slave to sin. Jesus came to set us free from that slavery, and now freedom is in knowing Jesus Christ.